Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be an episode on the nor'easter that is at this point most definitely happening. It's just a matter where the snowfall will fall, where the heaviest snowfall will fall. And at this point it does not look to be a rain/snow situation. It predominantly looks to be snow for most of the northeast. So at this point it's just a track of the low and where the heaviest snowfall sets up. So before this video starts, I'd like to ask you guys to please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. It really helps a lot, so thank you for that. Now let's move on with the video. So you can see this is the first wave of the storm. It's a little northern energy. In northern parts came from North Dakota and is dropping south and will meet up with this southern energy that's moving north. And these two are going to combine and produce heavy snow for Virginia, southern Indiana, southern Illinois. They could receive up to 8 inches. And even North Carolina could see some snow, except that's very iffy at this point. However, you could see by Monday evening, by Monday night, late Monday night, you could see the snow's already spreading into Boston and New York. At this point, you could see the snow is fairly light, but this low quickly starts to intensify. You could see all that heavy snow right by Boston. So this time, Boston looks as if to be a straight-on target for the storm. New York may not get as much snow, maybe possibly up to 6 inches, so that's still a little bit overrating it due to the fact that the storm won't have enough strength to produce more for New York. It will be rather light snow tracking up into New York, but then it really starts strengthening up. And so you can see New York is right on that pivot line. So if it starts strengthening a little bit quicker, New York could see much more snow. However, you could see this brunt of the storm's history. You could see it starts weakening once it gets into Canada, and it takes a full circle right there. That's still the same storm, and then moves out. So this storm is most likely going to be strongest somewhere around 2 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. It's going to be the strongest. So right around noontime, it's going to be the strongest. And then it's going to slowly start weakening. However, you can see those winds are just insane. That is definitely blizzard conditions, and they're definitely gonna issue some blizzard warnings for some parts of the Northeast. It's just, I think at this point I think Boston could get into the blizzard warnings due to the fact that it will be heavy snow and strong winds, but Cape Cod may have a more rain/snow situation, the far eastern Cape Cod. So those people might not get a blizzard warning due to the fact that, it's going to be rain. However, towards the end, it's going to transition back to snow, so that's still very predictable that they could get a blizzard warning. Now so if you want to see how much the GFS puts out, how much snow, you can see quite a bit. In the southern sections, West Virginia is going to get the most, potentially up to 19-20 inches of snow. Washington, D.C., not much out of the system. New York, according to GFS, not much, 1 to 2 inches. And it really starts ramping up into northeastern parts of Connecticut and pretty much the whole state of Massachusetts. Worcester, 12 inches. Boston, Massachusetts, 11 inches. But according to the GFS, the strongest snow or the heaviest snow will fall in West Vermont, in Vermont and New Hampshire. You can see totals up to 36 inches. And Maine, 15, 14, 18, 22 inches. So quite a bit of snow coming for the northern parts of the states, according to the GFS, which I do think is fairly accurate. And now I want to show you the NAM model. So let's go to the NAM 12KM. Then I'll show you the snow totals at the end. So let's rewind this back. The NAM has it at a slightly stronger system, and that is, I guess, fortunate for the people that like the snow. So this is the first energy right here. They're already connected. Heavy snow for Kentucky, West Virginia, and this storm slides out into the coast, but then takes a turn. And look, all this heavy snow. You can see areas like New York are only going to get a couple inches with this, but areas like Boston, just a direct hit. You can see that heavy snow, those blue colors. That indicates, I don't know, this is something else, but this indicates, I would say, anywhere from 3 to 4 inches of snow per hour. So that is very strong snowfall. And you can see this snow hangs around for a while, especially in upstate New York. And if you're wondering how much the NAM produces the most out of all of them, 21 inches for Boston. Maine um, 30 almost inches. You can see marked by those darker yellow spots. So Maine, either way, looks to be a direct hit from the storm, an absolute, I would say, massacre from the storm, up to 30 inches. This is probably going to be the biggest storm of the season, bigger than Winter Storm Grayson. So this, again, is definitely something to keep your eye out, because this is most likely happening, and the snow totals just keep rising. So you could see Plymouth, Massachusetts, around 23, 24 inches. Plymouth right now looks, as of now, to be receiving the most snow from the system in Massachusetts. In Maine, it's, I think, the closer to the shore, the better. This model doesn't really depict that. But you can see it's not going to be as much of a storm inland New York like some of the past several storms have been. I mean, sure, there's going to be up to 20 inches of snow, but, comparing it to some of these totals out here, 30, possibly even 40 in some areas, that's definitely a difference. And now I'd like to show you the NAM 3KM. The NAM 3KM is very similar to the NAM 12, just some slight differences. I think no, that's a CM. So you can see the NAM 12KM shows again the storm taking that turn right here and producing lots of heavy snow for Boston, Cape Cod. Some of these models are showing Cape Cod turning into rain. Some of them are not, so that's really a situation going to be tough to call. You can see the NAM 3KM goes as far as that, and that shows again 18, 17 inches. And I would say this is the most realistic one right now. I think it's underplaying these amounts right here, but again, the NAM 3KM has been one of the best models so far this year, NAM 12KM and 3KM. So I definitely think that these two models have the best handle on this. And in fact, the National Weather Service is going for 16, 18 inches for Boston. So NAM 3KM is probably the most accurate at this point. And you could see, even though New York City could only see 2-3 inches, people that live on Long Island could see up to 8-9 inches. So it's definitely something to watch. And you can see, according to this model, Cape Cod would not transition into rain, and you could see up to 14, 19, 20 inches of snow, quite a bit of snow. And you can see this model picks up the banding. That's why there's some weird pockets, because that's based on where the heaviest snow will set up according to the NAM 3KM, which again usually isn't quite accurate, but it does give you a general lookout on how much snow will fall. So last thing I'd like to show you guys is the CMC model. This model shows, again, a big storm. However, it does show the rain getting much closer to the Boston coast. You can see this is basically in Boston, and this is something we'll definitely need to watch for, because if the storm shifts a little bit further to the west, then a lot of the snow can be shifted into western parts of Massachusetts. However, if it tracks a little bit east, then all the snow will be shifted into Cape Cod and offshore. So again, this is something definitely to watch. The best track for snow is probably the NAM 12KM right now, and I don't think it will get much better. And as you can see, the CMC Canadian model is showing almost some rain getting into Boston. So that would be a quick rain event. It would transition back to snow quite quickly. However, again, this is definitely possible. And if you're wondering how much snow this model would put out, not as much as the other ones, but still you could see 16, 18 inches of snow. So you can see here I'm in 20 seconds and my limit's running out. So I need to end this video. So please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys in the next episode.